I heard the rock lobster song on the radio, so I looked up a rock lobster. These things are kind of terrifying, actually. Hello and welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I am Darius. Today we're going to do challenges 49 through 60 of the January 2026 monthly challenges. To begin with, we have Caitlyn. Special rules are Lingering Shadows. When a unit dies, grant a random unit in that player's hand +1/+1, and Rock Too Hard. Round start, deal 1 to all the player's units. We're using Fiddlesticks for this, Double Chameleon's Necklace, and Chemtech Duplicator. If you have Echoing Spirit, use that. And then I would also tag on like Guardian Angel or Harmless Scarecrow if you have it. For support, your support kind of matters on Fiddle, since you will always draw it, so you can pick a good support and then that'll help you out a lot. And also just depend on Fiddle's spells, but never hurts to pick a good support here. I like Aura of the Slayer, especially with cost reduction. It kills the weakest unit. So, yeah. I find that to be a pretty strong power. And then, I usually take bonuses on Fiddle because... reasons. Because it gives you a higher chance to get it out as a nightmare. This is going to be a hard video if I'm talking like this already. And we go into Caitlyn. His power is on the case. Round start, the foe plants one flash bomb trap in the top 8 cards of the player's deck. But yeah, the more copies of Fiddlesticks you have, which is why we're using Chameleon's Necklace, the higher chance you actually get Fiddlesticks in to come out when you Terrify. So we try to do that. Caitlyn comes out. We're gonna instantly Roar of the Slayer, and we can get rid of Scion. It'll boost him for later. Didn't spend too much mana there either. We could Roar of the Slayer again, or we could double Reap here. If we do double Reap, this will trigger damage to the Nexus, which will Terrify and give us a higher chance of drawing into Fiddlesticks, or I guess for them terrifying into Fiddlesticks. An attack here, because it's a nice open attack. Didn't get too much value out of it. They drop Patrol Wardens. I don't know that necessarily doing Roar of the Slayer here is a good choice, because we can play these units instead, but might not be bad. Just a matter of if you care about Baleful Seeker more than you care about the Patrol Wardens, I guess. And I'm gonna get Shallow Siren down. So here I kinda wish that I had gotten rid of those guys. I'm gonna take a bunch of damage, I think it's fine. And we could still Roar of the Slayer here, I think it's fine. Rock Too Hard's gonna slowly remove our units. It's not too bad. And we haven't drawn Crowstorm yet, which we would like to, and now we do. And now we drew a bunch of them. Now we attack. We are also in Chemtech, but we don't have the mana to play a Crowstorm yet. But we will next round, so we don't have to worry too much about anything. And I guess they milled themselves out anyway, so that worked out. Challenge number 50 is Azir. Special rules are Nautical Nuisance. Round start, refill all players' spell mana and nothing but Powder Monkeys 2. Round start, the foe summons a Powder Monkey. This will actually accelerate Azir's level up, so and there's nothing you can do about that. It's just a thing that's going to happen. And for this we're going to be using Veigar with double Ludens and Chemtech. If you have Frozen Tomb, you want to use that instead of one of the Ludens. That way you get 2 Veigars on the board. Idea is just going to be to stall until we can win the game, and then win the game. Vex with Capture should help, and we also get Family Reunion with Gloom. I don't know how useful that's going to be, but it's not too bad. Cost reduction on Veigar is usually pretty good. And at the item chest, if you see something incredible, you want to take it for sure, but oftentimes it's just better to not take anything. Pokestick with Mage's Handbook is actually pretty good. We'll be able to play that spell for free. And we go into Azir, whose power is the Emperor's Army. The foe's sand soldiers everywhere have +2/+0. Gonna re-roll a couple of cards here. Keep Vex in hand and keep the Twisted Catalyzer. Normally, if you don't have your champion to start with, you do want to reroll all of your cards, but I really like having Twisted Catalyzer, so I want that direction. We could attack here. If we do, we could stress defense and keep the Twisted Catalyzer alive. This will increase the power of our darkness by 1, which I think would be useful, but it also might just be better to hold until next round and then use stress defense defensively. And we can drop Veigar here, but I think I want to block first. No, that's not right. That's not what I want to do. I want to use this darkness first. Because we do have the Nautical Nuisance, where we're... Yeah, so he's leveled already. Where we're getting spell mana every round. Playing this darkness that costs 3 isn't going to hurt us too much. And then Wizened Wizard has a mana gem, so that'll help us level up. I'm going to give this guy impact, and we're going to attack. We're going to block with the monkey, that's fine. We're just mostly trying to increase the power of darkness. Also going to kill Azir. So they'll have to play another one before they can just start. And then next round we have access to 10 damage darknesses with Chemtech active because of the Wizened Wizard's mana gem. And we do 40 damage to the enemy nexus at burst speed. Challenge number 51 is Darius. Special rules are Empire above all. Round end grant all units +2/+0, vicious enemy. Hemorrhage, round end deal 1 to the player's nexus for each unit the foe has. And Chorus of Power, round start the foe gets an extra mana gem this round for each unit they have. So these all kind of compound on each other. They'll be able to play a lot of units because of Chorus of Power. You're going to take damage twice because Hemorrhage is also Darius's power for each unit they have, and for each unit they have they're going to have extra mana gems, so they're going to be able to play more units. So that could potentially be a struggle. For this we're going to be using Warwick with Guardian Angel Double Stalker's Blade. The idea is just to keep the amount of units down, and hopefully we can get control of that early, because otherwise I think they're going to scale out of control. We could take something like the Taker with the Power Riff. Taker can't die, so we can use it to block multiple times, which I think will be helpful. And cost reduction on Warwick will definitely help us get started faster. And same deal here as before. If you do find something incredible, you are going to want to pick it up, but normally you don't. Soul Cleave is really interesting. I'm gonna take it. I have a couple plans for it. We go into Darius, whose power is Hemorrhage, round and deal 1 to the player's nexus for each unit the foe has. Keep the Taker in hand. Could play on round 1 here for free, basically. If we play in a later round, it's going to cost us more. So I think playing it now and then dropping Warwick next round is probably advisable. And we're going to block. We can always block because the Taker can't take damage or die. Going to pass, we're going to play Darius. Then we're going to drop Warwick. I think Stalkers goes before... No, I guess it doesn't. Cool. Taker has Challenger, so we can just attack here. And again, can't take damage or die, so pretty useful. It's also going to grow every round because of the thing that it has. Empire above all, that's why. Drop Clump of Lumps, they shouldn't attack here. And you can see our Nexus is still draining really quickly. Simply because of the amount of units they have. We attack here with Warwick. Maybe if we do this, I think he'll level up. So we have 1 instance of damage, 2, 3, 4. Might need 1 more. And then if he levels up, he'll get quick attack, so we can do something like Blood Hunt here. And then we level, we have quick attack, we kill their last unit. And they get a new unit. We can Blood Hunt that as well, and then Warwick will kill it at round end. Apparently we do take the hemorrhage damage first. It is a little bit unfortunate, but nothing we can do about that. Play a Cask Salesman. This will give us effectively 1 hit point, which isn't that great, but, you know, still more than nothing. And I'm gonna play Clump of Lumps. Fortunate Stun. Could maybe kill him and, like, with Get Excited and then make a new one, but then he'll lose all of his stat bonuses. I don't think I want. And Mushroom Clouds. And we'll draw some treasures. Let them play another card. We'll Blood Hunt here. And they still have too many blockers, unfortunately. Also, incredibly, they are not running out of cards. Which I would definitely like. We can do a Gangplank Shredder here. And we can Blood Hunt. Attack with everything, this is pretty good for me. We're just gonna block everything. This gives us a nice open attack next round. And now they are finally out of cards, so we'll be able to push through. Took a lot of ambient damage, but I mean, it was fine. Challenge number 52 is Swain. Special rules are only the strong. Round end, kill all units except each player's strongest. And iterative enhancements around start. The foe summons the next turret, so they're going to have 2 units on board, and we're only going to have 1. For this, we're going to be using Varus with Hymn of Valor, Lost Chapter, and Crown Guard Inheritance. Idea is if Varus basically makes it to round 4, round 3, he should just automatically win the game. And if he doesn't, then we have problems. You could take this Elise, I think it's fine. Elise isn't particularly good into only the strong, but I'm not worried about it really. Power Rift will let us play Varus a little bit earlier. And we go into Swain, whose power is Suffer. Round start, deal 3 to all the players' damaged units, so we have to be careful about our blocks here as well. Reroll to try to get Varus in hand. I believe his... what is it called? Origin? Lets him... lets you draw him if you play 3 cultist spells. That's not that bad regardless, but still better to start with him than not. We can play Varus now. So the Elise will die next round. And we're going to Momentous Choice. And we're going to Hymn of Valor. If I had a way to challenge, that would be really nice. I could just win the game right now. But I don't, so... let's make a gem. And we can attack again, but run into the same problem as last time, where they can still block, although I don't think it matters. I think we get overwhelmed when we level up. Yeah, so this is sufficient damage. That's why Varus is crazy. Challenge number 53 is Swain. Special rules are natural magic, all cards cost 2 less, and after image. Round start, the foe revives an ephemeral copy of the strongest dead follower. For this, we're going to be using Master Yi. If you have Chosen by the Stars, use it instead of Troll Kings. If you have Echoing Spirit, use it instead of Chameleon's Necklace. Still use Crown Guard. And you do have an infinite combo, usually, sometimes. Depending on your champion draws, you have an infinite combo with Master Yi. If you have Echoing Spirit, usually you're going to have it. And if you don't, then sometimes you won't. Your ideal pickup for a champion is going to be Fiddlesticks, because that will guarantee you your infinite combo, even if you don't have Echoing Spirit. And you do want to be able to block, so Consuming Wrath isn't necessarily good, and Spirit Stone is fine. You want something like Augment. We go to Swain, whose power is Suffer. Round start, deal 3 to the player's damaged units. So, your playstyle here with Natural Magic is you drop Mastery. We could do Shallow Sirens too, just to have an extra blocker, but it doesn't really matter. And they can play apparently just every card in their in their hand. And then you play Wuju Style, and you play Wuju Style, and that draws into a champion, and the champion spell is Wuju Style, so it'll draw into a champion. Because it only costs, I think, 1. It is cost reduced to 0, and then you can play it an infinite amount of times. And because the fleeting twin disciplines you get is also cost reduced to 0, you can play that an infinite amount of times. What this means is that you can get Master Yi to any amount of power that you want. And when we block, he's going to level up. And when he levels up, we get to attack back and win the game. One maybe somewhat annoying part of this is that you do have to get him up to enough power to win the game. If you don't do that, then you know, you have to attack again later, and then you have to redo the whole thing where you give him a ton of power. You don't want to do that, so make sure you can win. You do have Chosen by the Stars. This happens way quicker. Master Yi is so good into natural magic that I think he's always worth building just for monthly challenges. Challenge number 54 is Viktor. Special rules are Nautical Nuisance. Round start, refill all players' spell mana, Vicious Enemy, and Blade in the Darkness. Round end, if a player's Nexus took damage this round, the foe's strongest unit strikes it. We're going to be using Ambessa, Guardian Double Stalkers. You will note that that is my favorite relic setup. And we're going to be able to play Conscription every round because of the spell mana refill. Take Lifesteal just in case something goes terribly wrong. Hopefully it doesn't, but you never know. And Infinity Edge actually isn't bad. That's really tempting. Deathless is maybe better, and the Focusing Crystal, but aside from that, that's pretty good. And we go into Viktor, whose power is Beyond Mere Flesh. The foe's units have +1/+1 for each of their keywords. So idea, we'll keep Legion Marauder. It's a little risky because we didn't have Ambessa in hand, but because of the fact that we're going to be able to play Conscription a lot, I'm still pretty happy with it. Get our unit killed, which is unfortunate. And we're going to get attacked here. I might choose to just eat it, but I don't know. I have an extra Marauder, so maybe no. Don't really want to take like 20 damage. Did pull Spirit's Refuge, so that's going to help a little bit. And we already have Barrier, so we don't need to use Guardian here. We'll drop Ambessa, this will kill 2 units. Resolve this. We do have an attack. She'll kill that Viktor. Now they have nothing on the board. So we feel pretty good, pretty safe. Attack again. And let's Guardian the Marauder. And next round we're going to Public Execution. Alright, I forgot about Blade in the Darkness. So we're going to use Spirit's Refuge and then Public Execution. This will give us Lifesteal. We'll get all the life back that we lost. And we get a bunch of attacks. Play Legion Marauder. Conscription. Attack with everything. And we would have been able to attack 3 more times, so this is really good. Challenge 55 is Gangplank and Kai'Sa. Special rules are Empire above all, round and grant all units +2/+2 and small stuff. When the player summons a unit, set it to 1/1. For this we're going to be using Jinx, Loose Cannons, Guardian, Scourge's Stash. Whenever we see small stuff, we pretty much just want to use Jinx on it. There are other options. Poro King's not bad, Yuumi is another way you can go, but usually if you just pick Jinx you don't have to think at all, and that is good, because no one wants to think. Elixir of Iron could keep something alive that otherwise wouldn't, maybe. But I kind of like this team though, for honestly no particular reason. Rummage is really good on Jinx, so I'm going to pick it up. And Amateur Aeronaut sucks. Crystal Carrier on Zonite is something we can probably use. Crystal Carrier on Teemo is fine, but potentially we want something else. I think Jury Rig with Draw Champion will kind of force us to get a Jinx, hopefully. So we'll do that. Then we go into Gangplank, whose power is the Saltwater Scourge. Round start, the foe summons a Powder Keg. The first time the foe starts the round with less than 20 health, I'm in the Dreadway. So we do want to kill him rather than bring him under 20, but that might not always be an option. So we'll do our best. We pass on the first turn because we can't really play on the second turn. We have some options. Normally you play Jury Rig into something else, and that's what I'm going to do. It will draw a champion, so I'm going to lose both of my Spruce Blossom Teemos by doing that. Not ideal. Also, I threw away an extra Jinx there too, so those are both going to be things that have potential consequences. But since we did so much damage to start off, I think it'll be more or less okay. I'm gonna kill this Dreadway immediately. Then we attack. If the attack goes through, we've won the game. There's literally nothing they can do at this point to stop us. All I have to do is play one more spell, or Jinx can die. That's why we use Jinx on small stuff. There was like a small chance they could have used like Make It Rain on us, and that would have been less than perfect, but still fine, I guess. I think we still would have had enough resources to finish the Nexus. Take Farsight Alteration, always good to start with your champion, plus there's a champion item chest here that we can re-roll for. The ideal would be Deathless, but we don't find it. We can take Tough instead. And we go into Kai'Sa, whose power is Rapid Evolution. Round start, the foe grants each of their units +1/+1 and a random keyword. Kai'Sa's crazy. And we do have Farsight Alteration, so we're always going to draw a Jinx. And I didn't want to play Teemo so that I could draw into him later. You get attacked here, could have stopped one or two of that. I think if I pass, I'll play a card. Play Jury Rig. Then we'll drop Jinx here. Ideally this clears their entire board. And it does. You can play a Super Mega Death Rocket. They play a card. If we play Death Rocket, this won't kill that, so we're just gonna pow pow, get rid of it. And we lose the Death Rocket, but I think it's worth it. It denies Kai'Sa something to steal with Second Skin. And we're gonna kill Kai'Sa immediately. Every time we do a thing, we do damage to the Nexus anyway, so it's not bad. Drop Teemo. I think I'm gonna kill this, then get our attack in. Now we can't lose again. All we need to do is 3 more things. We have 3 Burst Speed spells and 3 mana. You can also just block here, and you know, that ends the game. Use Jinx for small stuff. Challenge number 56 is Karma and Zed. Special rules are Mortal Marks. When any player summons a unit, set its health to 1 and enemies of Demacia will fall. Game start, the foe summons the Grand Plaza. This actually, I think, happens after Mortal Mark, so they'll be at 2 health. For this, we're going to be using Veigar again, double Ludens and Chemtech. The Darkness should be able to remove their strongest units, so I'm not going to be too worried. LeBlanc is interesting. It doesn't come with Stalker's Blade though, so I don't think it's necessary. I kind of want something that does a damage. Like Ezreal would be perfect here. I think I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'll worry about it one more time. Going to take Jace for the Shock Blast, and we'll go to the shop. This is why we don't want to spend too many rerolls on our champion, on the support, because we could spend them here instead, and this is going to be a little bit better value. Minus cost on Shock Blast, and starting with Pokestick, I'm both happy with. I'm happy with both of one of those. Then we go into Karma, whose power is Guided Meditation. Game start, all players start with 10 mana gems. So we do want to have Veigar in our starting hand so we can get him down as soon as possible. We can start with Catalyzer, then they can play a card. I'm gonna Pokestick to remove it. And we get stunned, which is fine. We'll Darkness, and we'll drop Veigar. And obviously we can't attack here. Can Shock Blast here, get rid of both of these. Oh, Chemtech's active already. That's cool. Drop Jace with Quick Attack. And we can just let them play whatever, we're not too concerned. Play the Otterpuss. And we Darkness the two things challenging us. We can prank while we're at it, learn what's in their hand. Gonna open attack here. And we need one more damage to win the game. And here it is. Starting with 10 mana gems is kind of broken. Tough, maybe? Nothing hits us for sure. Colossal Hammer doesn't really matter, we don't need power. I'll take tough, and then save the reroll for this other champion item chest. These are worse options. Take Barrier, I guess. And we go into Zed, whose power is Blade in the Darkness. Round end, if the player's Nexus took damage this round, the foe's strongest unit strikes it. I'll play Forge of Tomorrow for free. I think I'm going to keep that. Drop Forge. Instantly kill Zed. Enemy attack, I'm going to hold my spell mana for next round. Where they could drop another Zed. Drop Otterpuss. Enemy Darkness. They choose not to attack, that's fine with me. Kill their unit. Drop a Veigar. Kill their unit again. Then we attack. Counter Dawn and Dusk with Pokestick. And we can drop a Twisted Catalyzer. Attack with everything. Veigar gets recalled and burnt because I did not have hand space. We know every card in their hand. They can do nothing. We can't level though. Until they have a unit on the board. As soon as we level, we win the game. Enemy Darkness the Nexus. Enemy Darkness the Nexus. Challenge number 57 is Lee Sin. Special rules are Wailing Spirits. This is Shadow Isles discount. Fan favorite round start, give the foe's strongest unit +2/+0 and overwhelm this round. This is really bad if it lands on Lee Sin. We have Adore Abyss, round start, transform the player's strongest follower into a 1/1 squirrel and silence it this round. And of course, Vicious Enemy. For this we're going to be using Gwen to take advantage of the SI discount. And for relics we're using Wicked Harvest, Ludens Tempest, and Gale Force. Idea is that the Wicked Harvest will level us up, and then we'll attack twice, and hopefully that's enough to win the game. Other people have suggested Corrupted Star Fragment, and I think that's a good plan. I just need to kind of figure out how it feels before I run it. Take Aatrox as capture. It is late, but Aatrox is also very good, so I'm not too worried about it. Yes, Healing. Atrocity with cost reduction, twice as good. And we go to Lee Sin, whose power is always listening. When the foe's units attack, create 2 resonating strikes in the foe's hand. They cost 0. Keep 1 Atrocity and a Glimpse Beyond. They'll help us draw cards if we don't get our Gwen, which we didn't, and then we did. So we're gonna take 5 here. We could block, but then we'll take more. So I think taking 5 is correct. And if we want, we can like Glimpse Beyond here. That'll give us a Poro. We could put Darkened Staff, but we're gonna kill him next round anyway. That's probably not the ideal situation. I'm gonna play the Keeper of the Box, so it gives me something else to kill as well. I'm gonna pass, let them play a card. Then we're gonna drop Gwen. So because of all the units on the board, Gwen levels. Attack with Scout. And attack again, but this is not close to enough damage. So we're gonna need to draw back into her. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, nothing's gonna happen. If I block, it's gonna be more damage. We could Atrocity, but if we did that, he would do something worse. Play the Resonating Strikes, and then we'd take more damage, and he'd get Barrier. And that seems like a bad plan.
The dragon speaks through me. Then let it roar.
Because they... Well, I guess Lee Sin still gets the Barrier even if they play the Atrocities on the other guy. It's a little bit unfortunate for me. Keeper of the Box here. And the only way to prevent taking damage is to Atrocity, and I'm fine with that. We'll just do that. Attack with Hollowed. Not quite enough to kill it. I was hoping it would be. Maybe I should have just Chronicler of Ruined first. Okay, we drew back into Gwen, which is perfect. Can drop Aatrox here, capture. And since he doesn't have Overwhelm, we can just block. Weird that they didn't play both. Always weirds me out when they do that. I don't know why.
I fight with my spirit, not my
I mean, I know why it weirds me out. I don't know why they aren't playing both. Drop Gwen again. This seems fine. Could Glimpse Beyond, but I don't know. Almost seems worse. Let that happen. Then we'll play Chronicler of Ruin. Attack with Scout. Does 20 damage. We get stunned, which is super unfortunate. Because of Gale Force, she's going to be sent back into the deck. Can Atrocity... It says it's 11. It's not quite winning unless they don't block at all, which they will. Lee Sin didn't get overwhelmed, so he's a little less terrifying. I think we just hold. Should be okay. Then we play Aatrox.
I fight with my spirit, not my
Pass.
Our enemies would be foolish
Taking
to
damage is fine.
underestimate.
Don't care. Pass again. And for our final trick, we play another Gwen.
see me. I fight with my spirit.
Attack with Scout.
Our enemies would be foolish to underestimate.
And they have no cards in their hands, so we can Atrocity and nothing bad can happen. There's a bit more steps than I wanted. I feel like there's something better. I think Corrupted Star Fragment does make a lot of sense, not killing your units. Challenge 58 is Fiora. Special rules are repetition. When any player plays a spell, copy it with the same targets and calling for aid. At the start of round 7, the foe summons a random level 2 champion. That shouldn't matter. For this, we're going to be using Nami with Chemtech Duplicator and 2 Grand General's Counterplan. Idea here is get Nami on the board, take advantage of repetition, should win the game immediately. Only thing you have to watch out for is not playing Nami on a round where Fiora can challenge you. As long as you do that, should be okay. And take Aspiring Chronomancer here for the mana gem. We also have Zillion with Capture. Don't really care about that as much. And skip at the spells chest. If you really wanted, you could look for something good, but odds of that happening are pretty low, and you can usually find something better at the champion item chest, such as Spell Shield, which will protect us from nothing because Fiora's spells will play twice. We could take Deathless instead. Here we go to Fiora, whose power is Time to Duel. When one of the foe's allies challenges an enemy unit, grant that ally +1/+1 in tough. And the enemy.
I'm actually
And it's
here.
give, not grant.
New recruit reporting in.
Just gonna eat this damage. I don't care about it. We're gonna pass. And so here's an interesting round. We could play Fiora, or Nami for example. But we don't really have champion spell in hand. But we will generate it next round. So there's some choices. Let's start with Otterpus. And then I'm gonna play Answered Prayer. Spawning 2 and drawing a champion. Could play Zillion to capture the Fiora.
All paths lead me here.
I overspent mana. I didn't mean to. We'll play the pranks. Let us know what's in their hand, and it doesn't cost us anything. Also make Cataclysm cost more, which is super beneficial for us. And I guess we know every card in their hand, right? Pass, let them do whatever, don't care. Play Nami,
The current or be swept away.
play Ebb.
Let the tide carry you.
It'll be better next round, but we'll create 2 anyway, so we can deal with it then.
With this eye of
Play
the
Flow,
dark color, I will drive back the darkness.
play Ebb and Flow,
Ride the surging tide.
play Ebb and Flow,
The tide carry you.
play Ebb and Flow,
Ride with the surf. What could have
play Ebb and Flow,
let the tide carry you.
play Ebb and Flow,
Ride with the surf. So soon.
play Ebb and Flow.
The tide carry you.
This is without Chemtech active. Drop an Otterpus. Play Prank.
Ride the surging tide.
Play Prank.
Ride
And Cataclysm is completely unplayable now. And we can Ransom Riches, taking something like Ravenous Butcher,
tide.
and sure, Caustic Cask, I don't know. We eat. And we're gonna play Ebb.
Ride with the surf. Everything I've worked for.
We're gonna play Ebb again.
The surging tide.
And we're gonna attack.
Surging
That should be enough to win the game. Hooray! Challenge 59 is Azir and Jinx. Special rules are only the strong, round end, kill all units except each player's strongest, and withstand round start, grant the foe's units +0/+1. Whenever you see only the strong, we use Varus, Hymn of Valor, Lost Chapter, Crown Guard. A little afraid of some of the early rounds with Azir. I'm always afraid of Azir, at least a little bit. I think it's a good policy to be afraid. Take Katarina here. Don't know if it'll be good, but it's never bad. And for example, if you can find like mana deposit, you just auto win the game, so that is really nice. Could take Grifter's deck on Momentous Choice, but then we can't take something on the champion. Spell Shield will make me feel really secure, so we'll take that. And we go into Azir, whose power is the Emperor's Army. Foes sand soldiers everywhere have +2/+0. And they're only ever going to be able to keep one unit on the board, but they can kind of do that anyway, so it's not necessarily a huge benefit. I wonder if I can kill this guy. Not quite. I think we can only get up to 6. If I hold for next round, it's a little bit better. Still kind of want to attack. Thought about it real hard. Get a momentous choice to help our gift giver to stay alive. Man, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do here.
Protector, shield me.
Okay, so we can play spells, but not really. We don't have any spells to play. When we draw Varus, we're going to refill spell mana, but that doesn't help in this instance. I guess we could might here, then drop. Seems fine. Only costs 1. That's cool. Drop Varus. He does have spell shield, so we dodge bad things. And we're gonna play Redoubled Valor. Actually, maybe we attack first? Because when we play it, he's gonna level. This gets blocked. Okay, I didn't. Kinda messed up my Hymn of Valor by playing that Might. So go him in either direction instead of just onto Varus, which would be the ideal scenario. Also, Varus is gonna die because, well, if they kill it, it's fine.
I'd raise 1,000 soldiers to fight for Shurima.
Wrathful Rider. Desert Strath I think creates 2. That's fine. We'll kill Azir. He doesn't level. Then we'll block and block. Things aren't, you know, super good right now because I messed up my Hymn of Valor, but we're okay. Just attack, win the game. Very likely they had Right of Dominance, but we have 2 Momentous Choice, so we're not worried about it. So I didn't play that perfectly. I should have just not played anything on the Gift Giver, and then we would have won on that second round. Take cost reduction. Remove our worst card, which is probably Freed Colossus. Go into Jinx, whose power is Rockets Go Boom. When the foe attacks, they play Super Mega Death Rocket. Jinx tends to go wide, so only the strong should hurt her. And we still begin by dropping Gift Giver. And we pass. And block.
Shield me.
Didn't really matter. We can play Varus now if we want. I don't think there's a downside to doing so, but we might want to wait until a little bit later until he has more stats before we do the Hymn of Valor. This is a trap. If you block, they're gonna do something like get excited. I have enough for Might, Momentous Choice, and Hymn of Valor. We're gonna open with Might. Then we're gonna Momentous Choice. Actually, let's Hymn. I guess Redoubled Valor is technically what it's called. Then we can attack. Then we had Momentous Choice as a option to save ourselves. Challenge 60 is Viego and Fiora. Special rules are only the strong. Round end, kill all units except each player's strongest. Vicious enemy, suffer. Round start, deal 3 to all the player's damage units. And Little Buddies, round start, the foe summons a random 1-cost Poro. Again, we're using Varus with him, Lost Chapter, and Crown card. Ideally, we play a little bit better than we did last time. We still want to look for something like Spell Shield. Kind of like the Mountain Goat to capture. It's not bad. Capture on 2 is pretty good. And at the shop, Shunpo, I might actually end up taking. Summon a follower is fine. If we had more gold, I'd be more likely to do that. +4 +0 and can't block. It's intriguing. I do want Spell Shield. And we didn't find it, so I would have been better off taking the thing I just passed on. But we'll take Hero's Horn on Momentous Choice, and I'm going to take a couple of the Shunpo, just because I think that I can make use of it, especially with the Power Riff. And we go into Viego, whose power is Sovereign's Domination. Round start, the foe summons an ephemeral copy of the player's strongest follower that died last round. So, because of only the strong, very likely that you'll have a follower that dies. I don't know if I want to play Gift Giver. I think I kind of have to, because you need to get 7 triggers of targeting, and Gift Giver gives you 2. I'm not sure I want to. Could play Mountain Goat here. If we do, it's gonna die, and I don't know. That's like maybe fine. They do get a Mountain Goat that captures. If I pass, they'll drop Viego. They drop Viego. I drop Varus. Don't quite have enough to level up here. Still have 20 power. I have to deal with that in some way. And Viego might level. They didn't level there, which is honestly fantastic, because he definitely could have. Only thing I'm worried about is Vengeance. I'm gonna pass, see if they have it. I don't believe they do. I think they would have played it if they did. So we can kill this Viego here. Black Spear doesn't matter at all. Attack back. And that's a really interesting choice. I'm gonna drop Noxing Defector. Okay. If they had Vengeance, they would have played it there. So we should be good. And we boost ourselves over the edge. I said I was going to play that better. I sure didn't. I may have played that worse than before. Should have kept the gem to use on Varus, probably. I don't know, he drops at like a weird round. Take Excavator's Charge, it's really good. +4 +0 is probably also not bad, to be honest. And at the healer, we remove our worst card, which is Probably freed Colossus, and we go into Fiora, whose power is time to duel when the foe's allies attack. When the foe's allies challenge an enemy, give the ally +1/+1 and tough this round. Still need to keep the gift giver, pretty sure that's correct. Didn't draw Varus, but it's not terrible, we can draw into him later. Gonna attack here, if they block with Fiora, we just momentous choice. That plays twice, and look, there's Varus. Do have too many cards in my hand. I think that is like just a common problem. Pass here? Probably not. Just drop Varus, it's probably fine. And then get a momentous choice. And gem. He levels the next thing we do, so we attack. And kinda don't want him to level right now, we want to be able to use Redoubled Valor on that level up. We have Shunpo. I think this is okay. Let's gem again for that level.
I am more than this. We are more.
And attack.
Everything I've worked for.
And we're gonna momentous choice. And redoubled valor. Now we have all the stats we want. Momentous choice isn't drawing champions because I don't have any left in my deck. I think.
Grant me your power. Let me end our war.
Our revenge. Then your petty war.
It's probably fine.
We deliver their end.
Drawing was to get cost reduction on Shunpo with the power rift, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Once we got to 80 stats, obviously we were able to just win the game over time. And they couldn't keep a board because of only the strong. And yeah, we win. So, and that is challenges 49 through 60 of the January 2026 monthly challenges. I don't think anything was particularly bad. The Warwick one felt the worst, but even that was fine. You just like lose damage over time to the hemorrhages, and aside from that it was not that big of a deal. So hopefully you won't have too hard of a time. You do need to learn how to play Varus to deal with only the strong with this strategy, or you know, just use something else that like a spell slinger would work. Anyway, that is all for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.